Hey, Hello, hello, hello. I want to fix this list of Patreons. It's very annoying that it's not working anymore, and I think ChatGPT or Claude can help us on that. Actually, let's try Claude. I think Claude is stronger on. I think Claude is stronger on programming, so can probably do that. Okay. Are we ready? Yeah, we're ready, I guess. Let's try. Hello, everyone. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Hello, hello. Let me try this 1 second. I have to create. Wait. The music, huh? The music. Okay. So I have to create a scrollable list in HTML5 to be used as a widget in my live streams, right? The widget should list all Patreons with their. I mean, their picture I think would be very hard because I don't think that Patreon really allows to extract the picture. But anyway, we will see. Yeah, I think it does because the preview was doing it with their picture and their names. I know there are. I mean, I can do in two ways, right? I can just download an Excel file. I could just download an Excel file from Patreon with all their names and then put that into an HTML, right? So I think it should be relatively easy. I think it's relatively easy, right? Let's see what it's doing, huh? Let's see what it's doing. It's actually doing stuff, you know, which is fantastic. It's working for us without any problem. Replace with your Patreon data. Yeah, the image I have no idea how to get it actually. Patreon, how to get Patreon list. Export for. Well, I can just go to Patreon and export it, I guess. But can I get also the picture? I don't think so. Let me try. Because I can export it manually without creating, you know, an insane thing. Wait. I'm checking my Patreon on the other page. Wait, I just have to. Yeah, yep. So I can export it, but it's basically a CSV, right? It's basically a CSV. Do you think I can get the image of user? There is the user page. I think in the CSV I have the user ID, but Patreon members 25. So it's not something I can show you because the Patreon list contains emails or stuff, profiles, right? So I cannot really show you what I'm downloading. I cannot. Also, just a second, because I have to open up a file. I don't know if it opens in my main window or in my second window. On my main monitor, on the second monitor. Yeah, it was opening on the main one, by the way. Okay. Okay. So, is there the ID? User ID. Yeah, there is the user ID. So in theory, I could get the name, the user ID, and from the user ID, I can download the image or not. Like this image, right? What is it? Search, no. Open, no. Yeah, I think it's embedded, unfortunately. Can I get my Well, maybe we may go with the name and not with the image for now. But basically, what I can export, the name. I need to filter, 1 second, I need to filter free member, no. Right, free member, no. And I can select all the active ones, right? I assume that these are all active or no? No, there is former Patreon, active Patreon. Okay, I can do active patrons only. Okay, there it is. There is the list. There is the list. Okay, good. So having this list, can I put it into this thing? Scrollable like this. No, it should auto scroll. Good start, but yeah, the list should be an auto scroll. It's pretty cool though, huh? That he's doing. He's creating the thing, you know, for us without me even knowing what he's doing. Well, I mean, I can understand it obviously, but he's creating the CSS and defining the different parts of the CSS with styles, and then, but Now the image to me is really, I mean, it would be nice to have, but it's not a must-have. It's not a must-have. Let's see. Wow, this thing is super long, by the way. There is also a function to load the Patreons from CSV. Holy shit, bro. Does this thing auto-scroll or not? I don't know. We can try. We can put it under WW what? We can call it, I mean, this is actually the live stream, so I don't know if I have a streaming, no, I don't. Maybe we can create, well, we have a Patreon thingy. Patreon, Patreon, huh? Patreon, okay, like this. Patreon widget, right? Oh, it does scroll. Wow, that's fantastic. So that is what he created, actually. Look at that. Look at that. Is it scrolling continuously or is going, but yeah, I think it's scrolling continuously. It is very, very nice. There is a bit of a problem at the top with this thing being cut off, but I think I can probably fix that somehow. And I don't even know if I want the... No, I don't want the title, by the way, because the title is... But yeah, it's pretty cool that it worked. That's insane. No? It's pretty cool, actually. Now, this thing in theory reads from a CSV file already? With JavaScript? How does it do that? Sample data. Function to load Patreons from your data. Load Patreon. But this is... Is this used or not? Load Patreon from CSV. Yeah, when the window is loading. Ah, because he has two options. He has the option to load from this list. Right? Or he has the option to load from CSV. CSV from... yeah, but CSV from Patreon is what? Load from... Load Patreons. I don't understand too much. I mean, I understand I can switch this with this, right? But this one is assuming that they are separated this way. Okay, makes sense. But you know what? I can also put it here directly. I can do a copy paste, right, of this data. I mean, if it's from a CSV, I think it's easier because I have it in a CSV format. I do. I don't have the image. Is expecting the name, the email. No, I don't want the email. Is expecting the name and the image pretty much. Name and image. This is the only thing that we. But the image, unfortunately, I don't know if I can. Let me go to a random Patreon page and see if we can get. Like this guy is one of our free members, right? This guy is one of our free members. So if I want to get this image link, how do I do it? Is this image available to me in any possible way or no? Or is this completely crazy generated? I think it's completely crazy generated actually. What is going on? There are a number of errors in the page that you cannot. Huh? Source. Source map failed to load. No, I didn't want to click on him, bro. I wanted to get this freaking. Huh? Wait a second. Let me do the inspect with Firefox. That I think is better. Yeah, exactly. You got it. Image, Patreon content user, media. No, is a crazy. It's a crazy URL, so we cannot really get it without the API, I guess. Unfortunately. We cannot get the API. We cannot get the image without the API, so I think it would be a bit harder to do it. But for now, we can go without an image, right? For now, we can go without the image. And email will be empty, so I will not. I don't want any email. So this will be. Okay, he has to create it in another page for whatever reason. Why don't do it this way? Well, it's fine. I can show these names. These are only the names, right? So these are our Patreons. So the one they should appear on the. Now the emails we don't care, and the other stuff we don't care. So if I export this as a CSV file. No, please. Why? Bro. CSV. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So this will be members 2025-04, something like that, right? Members, yes. No string delimiter, please. We don't want a string delimiter. I guess we don't want, or we want. I don't know. Okay, so now. Now. The only thing that is not clear to me is that how do I load the CSV from a file, right? So what this guy said is all good. To use load Patreon from CSV, I have to point to a local file, right? Oh my god, it's rewriting everything. It's rewriting everything. But yeah, I just need the... It's fine. I mean, it's rewriting everything, but it's okay. As long as it works. It's trying to do it with an input from the user. Oh my god, no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, 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 it's writing a million lines, no. Oh my god. I don't need this. Read local CSV file. File path. Okay, maybe it's like that is enough, yes. Seems extremely longer than what it should be, but fine. Oh my god, he made a wall. He made a wall interactive thing. That's insane. He made a wall interactive thing, bro. Oh my. Okay, let's try it. With file selection. You made a wall interactive thing. That's insane. I mean, it's not really what I need, but I didn't call it that way. With file selection. Yeah, actually I called it that way. Anyway, fine. It's not exactly that. So upload a Patreon CSV or load a CSV file path. What is the freaking difference? Yeah. Couldn't find the name column in the CSV file. Couldn't find the name column in the CSV file. Ah, yes, because we need to have the... We need to have like name, email, and image, even if we are not gonna use it this way, but fine. It's also managing the error somehow, which is fantastic. Please enter a valid path or upload a CSV file. It's not really doing what we want. Probably is slightly broken. I mean, at the end, the AI created it, so I assume that makes sense that it's a bit broken. I think you may want the slashes the other way. No, it doesn't work. It basically doesn't work. It doesn't work this way, it doesn't work this way. Strange though. Ah, now it does. Yeah, the image is obviously fucked up. It seems to be also very heavy in the movement, but yeah, pretty much this is what it is, right? So if I put this list, in our Patreon list, what happens? Like if I go here and I say that now my Patreon list is this. It does that. Fuck. No, there is a problem. We need to have this list directly available without the selection, right? So we don't need a selection page. The file will be hard-coded. The CSV file. The CSV file will be hard-coded in the page HTML code. Yeah, exactly. I don't want to have any file selection at any kind. It should just be the Excel. So we should just mention the CSV and you should load the CSV. But anyway, it's kind of working, which is fine. Would be very nice to know how to generate the image for it, but I don't know what you do, poker with Patreon. No, I'm doing this Patreon thing because Patreon is broken, so. The Patreon list is broken, and so I want to fix it. There's nothing to do with the poker thingy. There's nothing to do. It's just that the Patreon list is broken. Would be nice to know how to extract or from an API or for a direct URL. That would be very good. Now, so many people that tried. I mean, it would be better with a picture, but if I cannot have it with a picture, it's fine. If I cannot have it with a picture, it's fine. Widget 2, okay. Okay, let me see where the CSV is in this, right? Load, come on. Load from CSV. CSV data. Bro, I need to load from file. The AI cannot do it. The AI cannot do it. Can you point where in the code there is the path of my local file to load? Yes, because you're stupid. None of the two. The file name of the CSV should be hard-coded in the HTML page. No user selection. It doesn't understand. It thinks that he only has two ways. Or you put the... Exactly. Maybe understood now. Maybe understood now. I don't know. But anyway, between ChatGPT and Claude, I would suggest Claude for code generation. Claude is pretty good for code generation, as you can see. Also, he has an automatic preview, and it seems to me that it's better. I think he got it because, yeah, Patreon CSV, you see? I think he got it. I think he actually understood now. I think he understood. Somehow. Somehow, some way. And we can then maybe remove the image stuff for now, but... Okay, let me see if this is better, Patreon widget. Well, I can override this one because anyway, the previous one was useless. Okay. I just want to call it Patreons and then patreons.csv. Okay. Okay, so now in theory I have... Is this our people? No. Is this our people? I don't recognize the name, so no, this is not our people. So it didn't really... It didn't really work. Where is getting the names now? Load sample data. Load Patreons. Patreon list. Patreon list. Load Patreon from CSV file. Exactly. Load Patreon from CSV file. Fetch, parse. If everything fails, is loading sample data. Console error. Let me see if we are getting this console error. Yes, we are we are getting a million errors for the images, I guess. But it's also saying fail to fetch. Yeah. Fail to fetch. Actually, it's in the same directory. Patreons.csv. Patreons.csv. Let me just be sure that this file is exactly... Yeah, it's exactly named the same. Maybe it needs the full path or what? Because it's saying cannot access file, right? No, actually, it said failed to fetch. Failed to fetch. I think there is probably a JavaScript error, yeah. Probably this fetch is actually not working. Why? I can try to put the wall path, but I don't know if this will actually... Let me try the wall path. But I think it should be this way, right? Otherwise, it's escaping the thing. Is it the same? Failed to fetch. Failure to fetch, loading sample data's fallback. Access to fetch, blah blah, for origin has been blocked by course policy. Cross origin requests are only supported for portable scheme Chrome extension. What the fuck? Get file. It doesn't like that we are loading a local file or what? What does it mean? Yeah, because it's client side. Yeah, why is complaining that? So it's basically saying that we cannot open it because... So fetching a local file is automatically blocked. That is very annoying. Why I cannot load a local file in my JavaScript thingy? Why? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Your message exceeded the length limit for this chat. Try shortening your message, starting a new conversation. I think we finished our free plan or whatever. Yeah, for sure. Pity. Try to shorten the message. Okay. It seems that he's thinking about it. I don't know why he has to regenerate the whole thing all the time, but it's fine. I think because fetch probably is is an HTTP command, right? While it's just asking me to paste the data. Okay, I can paste the data. I wanted to avoid that, but if it's not possible, it's not possible. I mean, or if it's too long, you know, we just give up and just paste the data there. You need to duplicate the items to have continuous scrolling. What do you mean? So you are creating, so this list becomes infinite as you go? Well, that doesn't seem to be the greatest idea, but fine. Yeah, as you can see, when you want to do something with AI, it seems to be simple, but then at the end is not. At the end is not. So if I take my list and I put it, and I put it here, and I put it here, what happens then? Nothing. Ah, now we have the right names. Yeah, he's still complaining like a boss on the... And it's generating millions of lines. I don't know, this thing is very weird, and the way it works is very weird. It's generating million lines, really. But now it's kind of reading it, which is nice. But I had to put it here, you know, manually. Which I can do sometime. I mean, I can update it like every month or so. I think it's fine. If we could avoid the image for now, it would be nice, I guess. Because the image is... We don't need a simple data actually, but in fact at the moment it's not used. This thing is not used anymore. Yeah, right. Load the Patreons for the display. Load the Patreons. Create original list for item, Patreon item. Yeah, I think we should check this Patreon item because now he has all the image and thing. Create element, yeah, create element image. So it is the avatar piece. Create document element span, class name, Patreon name, avatar and name. So if I remove this, in theory, it should be just with the names, right? Yeah, just with a simple list of names, which I think is okay. Now we can color it later on, but and also the other problem I have is that I don't really want the title to be so we have this H3 which is kind of in the way that I don't like, and there is also a fade. There's a bit of a fuck up here. Yeah, that could be fine. Scroll contain, widget container, scroll container. I think he's trying to have the header. Yeah, exactly. Now, it would be nice if you could scroll up and down, maybe. But I mean, the infinite list is kind of nice, but it's generating a million lines, right? Because the way it's doing it, is basically duplicating the line. Adjust the scrolling speed, animate, carry position, map to the current position, translate, animation frame, request animation frame, animation scroll, start animation, request animation frame. What is that? That's a default. Okay. No, but when he said duplicate, right? The fact that we had to duplicate. Here, load patrons. We need to duplicate items to ensure continuous scrolling. Add more items until we have enough to fill the container twice. To fill the container twice. So you mean that after two runs is empty? Let me try to reduce the list maybe to, I don't know, to this. So we go until so row and lands, okay, Electra, Armin Ludwig. Is every time I change the screen is refreshing. I don't know why. Also, this thing it seems to be loading forever. Who is the first? They are not alphabetically ordered. Should we alphabetically order them? Yeah, I think we should actually. I think we should alphabetically order them. Okay. Now they are alphabetically ordered. But the point is, if I only put, if I only put a subset. So let's say that my subset is AAA ZZZ, right? I don't know how many are fitting into one. Because I want to understand how this thing actually works, right? So I have my AAA, and now I will reach my ZZZ. Can we reach the ZZZ, please? Okay. And now it restarts with AAA. Okay. Can you go a bit faster though? I think there was a speed, right? Speed 3. Okay, it should be faster. Okay, nice, thank you. So this is AAA. I just want to see what happens the second time, right? When we reach the end of the second. Okay, continues like that. So in reality, it's not duplicating. It's not duplicating forever, right? It's not duplicating forever. And if I go F12, there are still a million errors though. Why is generating all these million errors? Failure to load resource file not found. Because I think it's still preparing the image somehow, even if I think it's this, right? It's this avatar piece. Can we actually temporarily remove it? Okay, now it's not giving any errors anymore, which is very nice. Okay, I think this may be reasonable, right? Maybe reasonable enough. Now the speed is too fast, but I would say at least we have it, right? Instead of having nothing, at least we have something. We don't have the image, unfortunately. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. So I will have to do this manually, but until we have a better solution, I think there is enough, right? Now the color is a bit shit, unfortunately. And the sides also is a bit bad. Widget container. I think we can. Seems to be only 300 pixels though. What do you mean? This is only 300 pixels? So if I do 200, yes, it does. Okay, if I do 100, then does it go? Does it automatically? Yes, it does. Okay, but 200 is good, I think. 200, 400, I think is nice. Now the color is not very good, but oh, my face is stuck. My face is stuck for whatever reason. So if we if I give this, right, to this, does it work or no? Okay. Why doesn't it show? No. It's not showing. Why? Because the size is wrong? Size. $200 by 400. Huh? Ah! It is here. It is here now. It is here now, my boys. Ah, why it is not showing? What happened? Yeah, you have to reset a second the okay. I think it's not bad, right? At least we have it. It's better than nothing. It's better than nothing, right? I think it's okay. I have to do it manually, right? But it's fine. I think it's pretty good. Huh? Okay, we fixed it, boys. Now, if we could have like, yeah, having the image would be also very, very nice. But having the image, I think is hard, right? Because like, for example, this guy, right? We would like to have this image, but if I look at the code here, this image is not really a direct URL, right? So it's basically Huh? Wait, copy. Can you copy this, please? Yeah, it's basically this thing, right? So, is a monster URL. And by the way, it's not even allowing you to fetch it, right? So it doesn't allow you to fetch stuff if you don't... Yeah, if you don't go through the API, so... Or we pre-download it, but that would be a mess. No, I cannot do it. For now, we stay without the image. It's a pity, though. It's really a pity. But, yeah. Yeah, but it's not too bad, right? We can change the color if we want, I guess. There are some... sorry, I was not showing my screen. But we could change the color. But I think it's fine. Let's leave it like this for now, guys. It's okay. Let me just see if we have it in all the pages. No, in this I don't have it, so I have to reset the transform here as well. So we will copy. Yeah. I don't know why it's trying to stick to. Okay, no. Nice. I'm happy about that because you know, it was really a pity that we couldn't show the Patreons anymore, right? And now we can, so it's very good. I will just have to upload to change this list. I will have just to change this list regularly, right? Like every month or so, so that we get the updated list. And yeah. Anyway, guys, if you want to become a Patreon, that would be very, very nice, and that helps because we are using your contributions for commissioning, right? For commissions of different art and stuff. So yeah. Okay, now we have the Patreon back, which is very nice. I was really annoyed. And by the way, this thing did a very good job, right? Did a very good job. Maybe that's even more than what we need, but it really worked, right? It really worked. It's fantastic. Okay, let's go back to the topic of today. The topic of today is not an easy one, because at the moment we can play dice, but with very, very simple rules, right? So like, for example, we cannot have multiple turns like in poker, but I would like to have something like that. So the question is, how does that actually work? Well, we need to define phases, right? We need to define phases. I don't know why it's starting with this weird font now. And since some time it's starting with a weird font. Poker dice. So do you think we need also the initial betting, like the chip to play? Because I think the chip to play is okay if you want to fold, but I don't know if I want you to be able to fold, because that starts to be too complex, right? So the chip in poker exists because if you fold immediately, you put some money on the table. But folding, is that, yeah, but I think we need it anyway. We need it because otherwise, if the other guy is betting too much and we cannot fold, then it's kind of GG, right? Unfortunately, yes. Oh fuck, so we need the fold? Yeah, we need the fold. We need the fold, otherwise the two runs do not make any sense. Okay. Okay. So we need an initial minimum bet, right? Did I think you called the chip? And that should be configurable. That should be configurable. Now, can you place a chip that is different from or is automatic? Because I will have to check that you are putting the right amount, right? Yeah, that has to be enforced, right? That has to be enforced. So the round will not continue until you have put that amount of money. And then it needs to lock the bet, right? So it needs to lock the betting mechanism, right? And also, yeah, I think this is very hard actually that I think about it, because this is kind of hard actually, now that I think about it. I don't know if we should do it, but is not easy. This thing is not easy because he has a lot of rules, right? So I need to enforce a minimum bet, I need to lock any additional bets, and also I need to lock the dice and the roll, right? So everything should be basically locked in the initial round. Then, and both players obviously need to go through this. Now, when this condition is satisfied, and actually it may happen in any order, so the other player could bet first, you may bet next, or vice versa, right? So we have to check that. So whenever someone is betting, basically we need to check if the condition to move to the next round is met. Right? And then after the initial round, there is the actual betting, right? Do we want to bet immediately, or do we want to bet after you get the first cards? I think we want to bet after you get the first cards, right? Is it in poker, is it usually this way or not? What the fuck? My monitor disappeared. Poker round sequence. Poker round sequence, right? Or poker rules, whatever. Betting round. Player takes betting. Player can choose to bet, rise, fold, or call. Yeah, actually we need 4 things. Yeah, because they have to match. But we can make it a bit simpler, right? Maybe we can say that you can only raise once, right? You can only bet, and the other need to match. I think I want to make it a bit simpler, because if you have to do all of this, it will be too much, right? So basically someone bets and the other one can match the bet or can raise the bet. Well, I mean, if he puts more money, Yeah, I think we can do it though. I think we can do the bet and rise and fold. I think we can. I think we can, because betting is equal to call at the end if you bet the same amount of money, right? So I think we can do that. You know what is the only problem? The problem is that our dice at the moment are visible, right? So you have the cards. You have the cards. You have the card visible, right? So I want to make a simple poker game made with 5 dice. With, I don't know why my monitor is going down sometimes. Wait, I want to make a simple poker game made with 5 dice, 5 d6 dice, right? For 2 players only, for 2 players. I want to define the rules. I want to define the rules, right? I was thinking to an initial chip to enter the game, so people cannot fold immediately, right? So people cannot fold for free. So people cannot fold for free, right? Then what? Then a betting phase. So initial round, minimum bet. Then I think we roll 3 dice, right? We roll the initial. We roll 3 dice for each player. And in this phase, the bet should be, well, while rolling, well, it's the same. The bet reopens, right? After that, roll 3 dice for each player, and bet reopens, right? And so you have a betting phase. And in the betting phase, what you can do, each player can bet. I think it must be a value above 1, right? So bet is mandatory. I'd say above one coin, right? It can also be 1 coin if you want. So it can be as small as you want, but minimum is 1. So you need to bet something, and then and then the condition, right? The condition to move to the next phase is that the 2 bet match, right? The 2 bet match. Now, if you don't have enough money, yeah, what do we do if you don't have enough money? Because in poker, in theory, there is the all-in, right? But there is the all-in if you don't have enough money. So if you don't have enough money, that's the problem. That's the problem. How do we solve that? Then I want to roll 3 dice. Have players bet. Bet, rise, call, or fold, right? And then I want to roll 2 more dice. I don't know if I want to. Do we want to roll 5 and then ask the player to change them, or do we want to roll 3 and then show the other 2? The problem is that if they have to remain unseen, right? Do we want... the best would be that they remain unseen. Otherwise, the betting is super bad. So being dice is on the table. Being dice on the table, I have the problem that both players can see the dice, right? Should I hide them or not? Should I hide them or not? Right? So that is the question, I guess. Should we hide the dice? So enter a chip, roll 3 dice, betting round. So dice are public. Both players see the result of 3 dice. A betting phase, both players trying to against each other. You have the better end coming up because more dice may be rolled later. Yes, two more will be rolled later. You could also do an hybrid. So 3 public and 2 private. Texas Hold'em, Texas Hold'em, how does Texas Hold'em works? Player combine their 2 old cards with 5 community cards and create the best 5 card poker hand. The game involves several betting rounds and player highest ranking. Each player receives 2 cards face down. 5 community cards are dealt face up in the middle of the... no, but we cannot do this. No, we cannot do this. Because I don't have the ability to have stuff in the middle of the table. I mean, everyone needs to have its own hand, right? I cannot have them bet against something that is on the table, right? So it's not possible. I think I can have the dice hidden. Each player has their own set of 3 dice, rolled secretly. They bet without knowing exactly what the opponent has, only guessing based on their betting behavior. Exactly. Yeah, I can hide them under the cup, actually, right? So I can have the cup stay down and then reveal the cup only when the betting is completed. Now, this will require some significant changes to the game, but that's fine. I can do that. So, yeah, I want to do the 3 initial dice plus 2 dice after a second betting, right? So this is what I want to do, yes. Each player starts with a number of chips. Yeah, I think it would be a bit easier if you have a value that you commit to the game. The problem is the player pay an entry bet, 5 chips to create a point. No, I don't want to use chips. I want to use coins. But anyway, it's the same. But player roll 3 dice and place them on the table. They do a first betting round. I think it's much better if they are hidden, though. Right? It's much better if they are hidden. Because you can guess from the betting if that guy is cheating, is not cheating, is the English word fails me. If they are faking it, right? I just don't know if after you roll the second two, the first three are actually shown, right? The first three dice are public, and the two dice rolled later are private. Rerolling a one die or a wild one rule? What the fuck is that? Rerolling a one. Yeah, this starts to be too complex though. I want to start simple. My only problem is if the other player does not have enough. What happens if one player doesn't have enough money to match the raise of the second player, right? Yeah, because they go all in, right, with whatever they have left. The problem is that here we don't have a concept of all in, because player has 50 chips left. Player B has rises 70 chips. I can only call 50, and so he goes all in. Player B puts 50 chips to match, and the extra 20 chips go in the side pot. The extra 20 chips go into the side pot. It's showdown. Yeah, I think I would prefer to block it. So to block the maximum raise at the max money the other player has, that would be, I think that would be more fair actually. I'm thinking to maximum rise being the max money of the other player. You cannot rise more than what exactly is what I'm thinking. Yeah, exactly. I think this is a fair. I think this is more fair rule, right? Now, this means that you will understand how much money the other guy has, but it's fine. And this we may have a problem with the NPC because the NPC potentially have infinite money, but we may decide, you know, so we just have to make up our mind on the dice being hidden or not. I think the dice being hidden is so much fun compared to the dice not being hidden, right? My only question is if after you have the 3 dice and you bet, if you actually show them or not. So I have 2 scenarios in mind. One is that you roll 3 dice secretly, then bet, then you show the 3 dice on the table and roll again 2 dice secretly. Or you keep them all secret until the final call, right? Yeah, these are the two things that I'm reasoning on, right? Because yeah, this one, do you have a preference, guys, on one or the other? Assuming that you're even listening. Because basically this allows to see if the other is really heavily bluffing or not, right? But at that point you put the money in, right? So at that point you put the money in and you are revealing, yeah, you are revealing what the other guy was thinking based on his first 3 dice. And the only problem that it ruins a bit, because if the other guy like has 3 aces, let's say, or 3 6, I mean, at that point you're really sure that you can only lose, right? My take, scenario 1 sounds more interesting and fun for most players. Scenario 2 is great if you want to hardcore psychological battle game. I think I will try the three or we can go even more twisted. We can go 2-2-1, right? 2-2-1 would be kind of fun though. Because 2 is not really much, but yeah, but you cannot take really a big decision on 2. But then when you are at 4, you can take a huge decision. But I think 3 and 2 is okay. So initial round, minimum bet. Lock additional bet, lock dice, yes, and roll, yeah. Roll 3 dice for each player, battery opens. And these dice are hidden. Are hidden to the opponent, obviously. So you cannot bet more than the max money than the opponent has, right? And then we roll 2 dice for each player again, right? Battery opens. These dice are hidden again. So it's basically the same, right? Yeah. Dice roll are hidden to your opponent, battery opens, and then there is the final betting phase, right? And this is, bet is mandatory. I don't know if in the second round it should be mandatory or not. I think it should not be. You can also bet 0 in the second one. Even if it'd be weird to bet 0 on the second round. probably we can say that betting is mandatory for the second round. So the condition for game end is both bet match and then is end game, right? End game resolve. In end game resolve, we just check one, right? Based on whatever rules that we will decide, right? So pretty much this is what I have. Now the problem is that I would like to have, so okay, this is what I have. The problem is that I now need to have like kind of an XML, right, defining these rules so they can be read by my code. Or I can hard code everything, but you know, I'm not very keen on hard coding everything. I think we should read it. So if I want to change it on the fly, I can. And also if I want to create more than one game, I can. And I don't think it should be hard coded. I think it should be possible for I'm just thinking if I want to have the same board, yeah, you can select like the game type, right? That would be super nice to be able to select the game type so that I send the rules and I have a game name. Because we already have something like this, right? The game boards actually are capable of I mean, we have an XML here, there is this game rules, right? And we can have a dice game 1, dice game 2, which is just completely specific for our dice game, right? At the moment, now I need to define an XML that will be read from my code that defines the rules, So you're very nice and logical now. I don't think I want it this way because the problem of this format is that is not generic enough, right? So I would like each round to be generic. So anyway, it's very nice to reason with ChatGPT. I really like it because, you know, it's like speaking with someone and it makes you reason on stuff, right? So I want the game rules to be generic. I want the game rules to define the number of rounds and the content without naming each round with a special name, right? With a special tag, right? As we may add in the future one more round, right? One more round, exactly. So anyway, this thing is understanding, right? So you see this answer is actually very good. So he understood exactly what I meant. So sometimes ChatGPT is kind of scary, right? initial round, minimum bet, lock additional rules, lock dice, but even I think even the initial round should be just phase. I think even the initial round should be just a phase like the others. Guys, I don't know what is going on, but my monitors are like appearing and disappearing randomly. I don't know what is going on. If I have a problem with my video drivers or what, but my right screen sometimes goes completely black. Like randomly. I don't know if there are maybe electricity issues, like that. There are some spikes of electricity, but it's very strange. Exactly. So we just have to maintain the sequence, right? We just have to maintain the sequence. So in addition to this, I also need to define the type of dice, right, that we use. Action roll dice, number of dice 3. I need to define not only the dice, but also that we have different dice like D6, D8, etc. on your table. What do you mean on my table? Dice set, dice type D6, quantity 3. Yeah, exactly. And I think it should say if it's mandatory or not that you roll all those dice. And also we need to say, okay, visibility hidden. I don't know why we need the action though, but I think if we are rolling, do we really need this action to be... Well, maybe yes, because we display it on the UI. Maybe we display the phase, right? We display the phase name. Action should be the phase name, actually. Yes, on my table, yes. It goes black. It goes black randomly. Maybe because the dishwasher is running and the dishwasher is, you know, sending weird spikes. Okay, I think that is not bad. That is not bad. Okay, let me copy this. Let's try to work on this, right? Let's try to work on this. Maybe in the future you will even be able to load your own rules. That would be cool, actually. That would be very cool if you could load your own rules into the minigame, into the dice minigame and play it with someone with the custom rules. That would be very, very nice. Should we do it? I think I want to do it. Now that I said that, I want to do it. I want to allow you to load into the game a set like this, and then the game works that way. That would be very nice. So we have a phase name, right? So everything is a phase. Everything is a phase. And this phase will be displayed in the UI, right? So you will see that on the UI. So it will say initial phase, right, or something. And the phase minimum bet. Yeah, I think minimum bet is anyway okay. And the rule is that both players, but this rule is always the case, right? Always the case. So the phase minimum bet, yes, force you to bet at least one And now the only problem is the locking, right? So when does the player so like if you match the other player bet, the phase ends. If you match the other player bet, I think it works, right? I think that when you are, I mean, I think we can do this, right? We can do this. We can say that if you are betting, you cannot roll, right? I think this should be a fundamental rule of our system. If you are betting, you cannot roll. So I think this lock dice is a bit useless, right? And if you are rolling, you cannot bet, right? This is kind of a fundamental rule of the system. Exactly. I think it's a good rule. So basically you have a betting phase with a minimum bet. You have a rolling phase with a number of dice, with the type of dice and the quantity, right? So I think we don't need this dice set, whatever. I mean, we just have roll dice, right? And then we have visibility, exactly. Visibility hidden or not. And I think the visibility can be just an attribute, right? So which is a bit easier, because otherwise we create a million fields for nothing, right? So this can be hidden or not, right? So it could be phase with a name, right? Then you go to betting phase, and here you have mandatory bet. I don't think is needed. You again have a minimum bet, and I don't think you need any of this because there is anyway a standard rule. Then you have a phase that actually shows the dice. That is the kind of the fun part of it. That I want to show the previous dice, right? And I think that this should be a tag, right? I don't know. It should be a show all tag or whatever, right? And then we go back to this. So this show all dice, right? This will show the preview. So after the betting is closed, it will show all the current betting, and it will allow you to roll again. Always with the theory that if you are rolling, you cannot bet, right? So the bet locks every time. And then you go back into another betting phase. And that is also completely useless, right? You go into another betting phase, and then there is the end game phase where we basically resolve the winner, right? And we resolve the winner based on a number of rules, right? So we need to have end game rules. Now, end game rules, I think we have it here in end games. I don't know. if I can really specify the end game rules in an XML format, but because I think it would be a bit hard to read actually. No? Resolve winner. Yeah, so this is basically resolve winner and pay bet. Now I know it comes from those strange sounds. Yeah, there are some sounds on the background. But now I think it finished. The dishwasher finished. If you still hear sounds, then it's the microphone that went crazy again. So basically this will allow us, if we do it this way, this will allow us to make different games with different type of die and different quantity and different visibility, right? Now the end game rules. Resolve winner. Resolve winner. Resolve winner. I don't know if I want to define it in XML because it may be fairly complex, right? Is there an easy way to define rules in XML? Because I can hard code them, right? Like for example, the straight or the right or the couples or the three of a kind, right? So all of that is start to be a bit also which one is highest than the other, you know? So it's kind of tough to define all of this in XML. I mean, it would be nice. Definitely would be nice. So we'll have to define like a winning combinations, right? Like winning, so we have to define like winning combinations in my monitor went off again. I think there is a stupid I think in my monitor at the moment there is kind of a save function, save energy function, right? Because I remember that it was happening in the past and then I disabled something and it was, but this is really when I bought it like a few years ago. Maybe now we kind of reset and now he has the save energy function in again. I don't know. Essorage, what is it? When it turns super speed. You mean the dishwasher or the monitor? Dishwasher I think is done, yeah. I'm thinking to define the endgame rules in XML as well, but I'm not sure if that will be too much to load and interpret, right? Versus just coding it. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, definitely makes it more flexible for the future because we can instead of coding all the game logic directly in XML, you could define high-level conditional algorithm in XML but still keep the logic in the code. What do you mean? You define a type of condition for winning in a priority rule, but actually the logic is in your code. Condition, I guess stand, I guess pair, 5 of a kind, full house, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, but I think that this will be the same for the game. So, or I think I need to define a kind of a combination, right? But how the hell do I do that? I think it's too hard. Yeah, I think I will not do it in XML. I think it's too hard because imagine describing a straight in XML, right? And then having to interpret that with like a start and end. It can be any number. I mean, it's a mess. It's easier if I just hard code it in. I mean, the benefit could be that you use certain highest hand. What is a highest hand? What a highest hand means? I mean, if you don't even have a pair. I think that is not a bad idea. My head is stuck again. My head is stuck. I don't know why. Hello. Hello world, I'm back. No one is playing that anymore, huh? What is what was the name of the guy that was here often in the past? Developer. Yeah, exactly. What is developer these days? And also Gion also disappeared completely. He's not watching the stream anymore. That's fine. Okay, so basically I need yeah, I think the idea of defining at least the conditions, right? Defining at least the winning conditions in terms of what is highest than the other, I think is not a bad idea. Right? I think it's not a bad idea. So that you can, so that in certain games, maybe you remove one of those or you change, right? Or you change one of those. I mean, you change the order. I think it may not be a bad idea, actually. Okay, so I think the hybrid approach is good. So I will define the sequence of what wins over another combination, right? I think my second monitor is completely GG. Wait a second, it's continuously blinking now. I think it's, let me see if the cable is okay. Let me remove the cable 1 second, or no. The cable is super good in. I understand why sometimes. I think this monitor also had a remote control, but I don't know where I have that. The remote control of that. To access the menu, you know, and see if we should disable the remote control of that. Maybe it's this. Ah, I found it. Okay, I found a remote control, which is very nice. So let me just check if there is any, like save energy shit or whatever. How do I move here? Ah, okay. Yeah. Workspace, media, connected device, settings. Okay, let me go under settings. I have multi-view, my content. There is a sleeper. Sleeper time is off. Okay. No. Sleeper time is off, yes. Game, picture mode, picture setup. Picture setup, no. Bluetooth device, no. Game sound mode. Game mode, what is game mode? Changing this setting will to auto may increase the power consumption. I want game mode off. Yeah, I don't know what this game mode is actually. What the fuck is game mode off? Game mode. Optimize your screen to improve performance when using a gaming console. The auto function is only available on the supported device. No, I don't want to have any game mode. Power and energy save. Incredible how many options a monitor can have. Power and energy saving, exactly. Power and energy saving, brightness optimization off. Okay, energy saving solution off. Okay, everything is off. Auto power off. I found it. This is auto power off is actually off. So start screen option. Start with smart hub. Auto run, multi-view mirroring. What the hell? There's like a million options. Okay. No, but the picture mode, I care. iSaver mode, adaptive picture. Expert settings. Oh my god. This thing is insane, boys. He has 1.5 million settings. But no, it looks like I only disabled the gaming mode. Maybe the gaming mode was kicking in for some reason. I don't know. Subtitles. Digital output audio format. Contrast enhancer. Color tone warm. Native color space. What the hell? There is even support. I can click on support on the. Maybe we'll call someone, you know. I will call someone in Korea. It's a Samsung monitor, so I will call someone in Korea. Okay, I don't know. I think the hybrid is good, so I will define the sequence of what wins over what combination wins over another combinations, right? So what combinations I should list? What combination I should list? I should list 5 of a kind. Yeah, 5 of a kind is like GG, right? So you roll like 5 dice and you get all 6, right? 5 of a kind, 4 of a kind, full house, which is 3 of a kind and a pair. Okay. Straight. I don't know if I really like the straight. The straight always kind of, but yeah, I think it's good because it gives you a variation when you're bluffing on a value. Yeah. Straight. Okay. 3 of a kind. Okay. 2 pairs. 1 pair. High card. Well, it's not card. It's actually dice. But yeah, this is pretty much what we need actually. Yeah, I guess. So from the highest to the lowest. End game rules. It's kind of funny that it's called end game rules. And well, it's called MG end game. Yeah, it's not exactly the same. Okay, so I think something like this is reasonable or not? Yeah, I think this is what we need. I think it is what we need to define. I think with this definition, so this one will be inside game rules, and this one will be inside end game rules, right? Okay. Okay, now I need the code. Can you write a code for me, you stupid AI, or not? Okay. Let's start with the game rules. This is the definition I want to use. And I need the code for Unreal Engine with XML node, right? I think it's called XML node. FXML node, I think it's called. FXML node, yeah, exactly. With FXML node class. Take that. Take that, you stupid AI. Show me how good you are. File structure. Oh wow. Oh wow. I think we can start from this actually. I think we can actually start from this, but yeah. So we call. I think he understands. I think he actually understands the XML parser of Unreal Engine a bit, because if I look at the code, is actually the one that I use, right? Get children node, get attribute, get root code. So that is pretty much what we did. Okay. So the only difference is that we are loading this from the database, right? And we need to load game rules. So there is a point. There is a point in our code where we are reading that, right? Exactly, which is here. And when are we interpreting that? We are interpreting that here. And this is inside the game board definition, which to me is okay. And then we determine the end game, right? And the end game is based on this. Okay, it's fine. So basically, what we can do, I mean, game rules will stay the same, right? And inside game rules, we have, yeah, we have a rules node, but I think we want to change this a bit. So we want to say that a rules node is used for game boards. Oh my god, my second monitor is blinking again. No, I don't know why. A rules node is used for for game boards, right? And here we have a dice rules node is used for dice games, right? Because I want to split the two. Oh my god, my main monitor went black now. What is going on? Is my Nvidia like GG out? I mean, is like my Nvidia done? Is my video card like suffering or something? Is after I did the last reboot, so there was a stupid Windows update. I did the Windows update, and when I rebooted, this started to happen, right? It didn't happen before that. I think it's the last Windows update that did something stupid. I can reinstall maybe the Nvidia drivers, but I don't know if the GPU is dying, but I mean, it would be a good time to get a new one, but my GPU is pretty good. It's a 1390, no? I think, yeah. So it's not a bad GPU, I mean... Is an RTX 3090, yeah. So it's a good GPU, but I don't know what is going on. Sometimes my main monitor goes off, sometimes my second monitor goes off. Like if they are losing the signal, right? Like if the... Yeah, like if the signal is not sent. You know when your monitor goes black, like it's shut down temporarily? Like reset? I don't know. New virus, maybe. Actually, there are new drivers coming in. Oh my god. Can we install them without reload? Because, you know, maybe there has been a Windows update, and the Windows update requires... Or anyway, the NVIDIA driver is required from that Windows update. I can download it and install it, but if we have to reboot, then I will have to stop the stream, which is annoying. It doesn't always require a reboot, but often. Or sometimes. Meanwhile, this guy is still checking for updates. How much time he needs to check for updates? I don't know. Okay, anyway. Meanwhile, he's doing this, right? We can install it. Yeah, let's... Do you want to install? Okay, let's install it. GG. I think stuff will break. Stuff will break now. Oh wow, I don't see the pop-up. Do you see the pop-up? I see the pop-up now. Okay. You will see the screen probably going black, flashing, doing stupid stuff, right? So, yeah, just be aware of that. Right. So we will use, rules node for game boards, and we will use a dice rule node for can I do this, or is a bad idea? Do you think I can do this, or is suicide? I mean, I want to equal and then... Okay, anyway, I will put it outside of the else if. Okay, I understand. It's not very nice, huh? We can do it this way. I think something bad will happen very soon. Well, let's see. For the driver install. Okay, so inside the dice rules, right? If it's a dice rules game, we want to load. We want to load this, right? So yeah, we want to iterate for each phase. Correct. We want to iterate for each phase. And then for each phase, we want to... I don't know if we want to do all of this, but let's see. Process dice game phase. I hear strange noises coming from my monitors. Well, for now it's installing. Right. Okay. Okay.